Hey everyone, welcome to my channel. And it is cold out, I have my gloves on, but I have this new drone that is perfect for beginners. This is one of those all-in-one FPV drone kits. In other words, you get the drone, you get the controller, I got them way over here, you get the goggles, and you get the battery and the battery charger. So this is a collaboration between AtomRC and Eachine, so they call it the AUK Eachine AtomRC FPV ready to fly all-in-one kit. And I have reviewed one version of this in the past, and it looks like this. Do you remember that? If you don't, I will put a link below to my review of this one. It's pretty much identical to the one I have in my hand. I'm flipping them all over the place here. This one here looks a little bit bigger in size, and it's got, you know, like the prop guards built onto it so that it's more for beginners smashing into things. This one doesn't have it. They advertise it as a race drone. I will say the motors are identical on both of these drones. This one has more features than this one. So this one here weighs more than this one, so you can expect less flight time on this than you can expect on this. This is 10 minutes of flight time with the included battery, which is quite a lot in FPV drones for nowadays. So basically all they've done is left the same motors, made a different design, no prop guards, and it's lighter. And they added GPS rescue into this, and I think the cameras might be the same. It's hard to tell. This is like a Foxeer Razor camera in this. I don't know what it is in that because I can't see it. But I remember the last one, the camera was pretty good. And trying this out in my house, the camera seemed pretty good. So I would assume it's the same. F4 flight controller. Motors, as I mentioned, are the same. I think I can't tell you what they are, but I'll put below. The sun is blinding me. I'll put below what they are in kV right there so you can check it out. This one has a 500 milliwatt VTX, so 500 milliwatts is pretty darn decent in today's world of FPV. That means it's going to shoot out the video signal quite a distance, so that's pretty decent. Let me pull the goggles over here. So the goggles are the same as the last time. You put a micro SD card in the back and you record your footage. This version, well, at least this one for me, comes with the battery. My last one didn't come with a battery in the goggles, so this one came with the 18650 battery in it. You just have to charge it up and you're all set to go. As I mentioned, you can record your video footage and then play it back in the goggles, which is good. If you lose your drone, you can play it back, see where you crashed, and go find it. The remote that comes with it is a T8 remote, and you've seen this in the past. I've used it in many videos for different types of drones, so it's pretty good. The only thing I will say is the instructions that come with this here drone right here, they're not really up to date because they don't mention the GPS rescue. They don't mention much, actually. They sort of treat it like this one here. I don't know if they use the same instructions or what. So the switches are incorrect. So what I'm going to show you right here, hopefully my camera picks it up. Look at what I've written on mine. So here, I'll hide my face so it focuses on it. So those are what your switches do, and if you buy this, make sure you label yours or get used to them to be the exact same as that. I'm going to flip it this way because they're different this way as well. You can see, make sure you see which switch is your arm switch, which switch is your GPS rescue, and which switch is your beeper switch. You can also connect this to your computer and play flight sims. There's a USB port up here, the same place you charge it, but when you connect it to your computer and you got a flight sim, it will know it's ready to be used for a flight sim. And yeah, you can practice flying before you go out and fly the real thing. The two flight modes it comes with is angle mode and acro mode. So beginners, please start off in angle mode, and then when you get better, go into acro mode. The GPS rescue, not much documentation on it. I know which switch enables it, and if you don't know what GPS rescue is, it's designed so, say you're flying your drone and you lose connection, hang on, you lose connection with your radio, it goes into GPS rescue, the drone will automatically turn around and come back to where you are, and then when you get connection, you take it over and you can fly it again. You just turn the GPS rescue off. It also has the crash and flip over, or the flip over and crash. So say you're flying it and you hit the grass and it does a flip and it's upside down and you don't want to get up and go get it. There's a switch on your remote, flip over and crash. I've shown it a million times on a million drones and a million videos. All you do is you flip it, and then you move your little joysticks, the props will reverse themselves and flip, it flips over. Then you take off the switch, the flip over and crash, and then you can arm it again, hit the arm switch, and bling, you take off and you go fly. All right, so I've shown you pretty much everything, and here's the battery. I'm gonna fly. I brought some batteries, but this is the included battery. It's not bad. It's perfect for that. It says you'll get 10 minutes with this battery. It's only a 45C rating 4S 850 milliamp hour LiPo battery, but that's perfectly fine for a drone like that for beginners. You know, they're not aiming this at the pro, so they don't give you like a 100C rating battery. All you need is 45C so that it's more tame. So this should be fun. Let's go try it out. Oh, one last thing. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna turn these goggles on here and put the record on so you can see how it records the video from here as it's flying. Now, just for people who wear glasses, I will show you that, you see the type of glasses on my face? These are prescription glasses. They're not sunglasses. It's just transition lenses for the sun. When it's bright out, they turn black. So I can actually fit these over my glasses. They fit inside. It's a tight fit, and you know, I can see things clearly inside. It pushes on my nose, so I'm not really going to fly with these on because it's going to be painful after about 30 seconds. But I think if you had small glasses, you might be able to fit this over and get away with it. Okay, so for beginners, when you get this kit and you're ready to fly for your very first time, first thing you do is turn on the controller first and make sure all the switches are pointing down. So all down, down, down. Press the button, turn it on, and we should have lights and everything. It makes a beep. You can see I have lots of power in mine. Next thing you do is take your battery and stick it in the drone. So let me just move this out of the way so you can see it a little bit better. Take the battery. This is your GPS unit up here, and just strap it in tightly so it stays. There we go. Connect it. Now the GPS has to get the signal. So basically I'm going to connect it. It's going to start up. And there we go. So now this little GPS unit is going to start searching the sky to get the signal. And we're good. So here on mine, you see I have a little thing that's called GPS. Oop, can you see it on there? GPS rescue. And over here I have beeper. Watch. That's your beeper. That's in case you lose it. Turn that off. Next, take your goggles, hit the power button, power them on. And I have an image right there. I'm going to bring it over that camera. There you go. You can kind of see the image in there. It's kind of hard to do here in the sun, but that's what you'd see in your goggles. You can see my camera drone is looking at the GoPro. Yeah, I know I'm making it dark and bright just by moving it, but yeah, you can see everything's ready to go. So if you're a beginner and the very first time you turn it on and you don't see an image inside because you see snow, you have to hit the search button, which is the wheel over on the right. You just push it down, hold it down for a bit until you see a little bar go across the bottom. It'll search all the channels, it'll find it for you. After you have it and you have the image inside, then you want to put the record on, which is this button over on the other side, and that will start recording video coming off of here. So let me press that now. It's got 12 satellites, so this thing, GPS rescue, would work on here. The satellites are there. So I've got everything going, so I'm pretty much ready to fly. I'm just going to put my Fat Sharks on and take it for a spin. So I'll just aim it this way. All right, down here we have our drone. I want to check out how it flies without using the goggles first. So let's hit the arm switch right here. It says arm, angle, acro. So the first one will be angle. It spins. Let's take it up. Very stable, very stable. Look at that. Look at that. There it is. Easy to fly around my backyard right here. Hovered in place. Very much designed for beginners for the way it flies. And I'm using the included little controller here. It's got some power if you take it up. There we go. Bring it down. All right, let's put it down and take it for a flight with goggles on. So bring it on down, stop it before the landing pad and pop it down there. Hit the little arm switch here. All the way down, and it turns off. All right, I'm going to put my Fat Sharks on. I'm going to see the exact same image that's going into the goggles, and I've taken the goggles here and I'm going to put them up on my Jeep and let them sit right there, and I'm going to sit right beside them, so we should get the same signal. There we go. Actually, the video, the resolution is very clear. Sorry about this, guys. My nose is running. It's very cold, so you might hear me sniffling through this review. Now, this controller is set up in a way I'm not familiar with, so I have to look at it. Where is the arm switch again? So if I pull this up, it's armed, and then go into acro, and then we should be able to fly. So I'm going to take it slow. There we go. bring it around. Now this review is mainly aimed at beginners because this drone is designed for beginners, an all-in-one package. So let me show you what you see on the screen. So on the top left you have your longitude, on the top right is your latitude, and then where am I? Oh, there I am over there. So if you look at the top center, that's like 0 would be north, and then 360 degrees, whatever it works out to. Next you have how many meters you are from home point, then you have your altitude in meters, next you have your flight mode. I'm flying in acro air, so it shows air, the number of satellites, and over on the right is all your battery information. You have your average voltage cell and your total voltage of your battery. And this is all the information you will see in your FPV goggles. Now, if you put a camera on it, I put an Insta360 Go camera on it just for fun. This is the type of footage you'll get. You see I have sort of the props in the frame because of where the camera is sitting. So you'd have to put like a naked GoPro or something very light on there. And yes, you can do freestyle on this drone. As you see here, it does freestyle really well, no issues. It's not going to be like a pro freestyle, but it's definitely enough for a beginner to have a lot of fun. One of the good things about this drone is the speed. So this is me cruising along. It's not super fast. For a beginner, this might be terrifyingly fast, flying with goggles on, but it's not that bad. Now, I want to warn you, make sure you know where all your switches are on the controller. They were very different for me. I'm about to accidentally hit the arm button and turn the motors off. So watch this, I'm flying up high. You can see the height here on the left, and I'm going to turn the motors off by accident. I thought I was going into GPS mode. Nope, turned them off. So now I'm falling from the sky. So what you do is you arm the motors. You watch, I'm going to arm them about 3 meters off the ground and save it just before it hits the ground. I saved it at the last minute. Now, one of the coolest things on this drone for a beginner is it has fail-safe GPS rescue. So watch this, I'm going low to the ground and I lost receiver. See at the bottom it says receiver lost. That means my controller has disconnected from the drone. Normally a drone would just fall into the ground, but this has GPS rescue, so it rises up and it's going to fly back to me. It's flying straight back, but most GPS rescues will fly back, stay at the height, and then you have to turn off the GPS rescue and take control. But this one does something I have never seen before in a drone. If that thing comes falling down, get out of the way. Hang on a second.
Oh, you got it on autopilot.
It's on autopilot. It's on fail-safe right now. I want to see it's coming down. Hopefully it doesn't land on your car. There we go. That's pretty sweet. I know it's got this fail-safe system in it that I think I've never seen it before. It just comes back home. That's wild. All right, I'll plop that back down there. I just want to see what it says in the goggles. What's it say? Oh, it just says stats. Hang on a sec. Oh, it's gone back to normal. So now it says fail-safe is enabled. You see throttle, fail-safe. It tells me my throttle. So let me do this. Pull the throttle down. There we go. Fail-safe. So that means I got to hit the where's the GPS rescue? Okay, switch. So I'll turn it off. Rescue on, rescue switch. Let's see, can I arm it? Where's the arm switch on here again? Arm is right there. Okay. So it means I got to take the arm off. There we go. And ready to go again. Look at that. Awesome. Well, that's pretty sweet. Now, the other thing really good about this drone is a user, brand new, could easily fix it if things go wrong. So here I'm just playing with the receiver. I just wanted to check out what the receiver was. And you can see in the back, that's the VTX. That's your video transmitter right there. Now, here's the cool thing to note. Your receiver has a plug on it and it plugs right into the flight controller. That can come out. I actually accidentally pulled mine out, so I couldn't bind to my drone anymore. The controller and the drone didn't work. So if that ever happens, just plug it back in. Second thing is your video right here at the back. See that, what I'm touching? That's your antenna that goes all the way out the back. It can come loose from vibrations, at least mine did from the factory. So when that happens, your screen goes black, just push it back down and it works. These wires I'm touching over here, that's your GPS rescue. They go all the way up into your strap and they just plug into the GPS unit. So once again, if your GPS rescue stops working, just plug it back in. Everything's pretty much plug and play in this drone. So my final thoughts on this, for a beginner, it's really good because it has something I haven't seen in a lot of drones. If you fly any distance and you go really low to the ground and all of a sudden you lose signal with your controller, it goes into fail-safe mode. And when it goes into fail-safe mode, it's like GPS rescue. It flies up, turns around, and it comes back. And if you do nothing, it will land, you know, within like, I don't know, 15 feet of you, which I've never seen in these types of drones before for a beginner. So that's a pretty sweet deal. I don't think you can lose this. And if you do lose it, I landed it away over, well, quite a far away. And I thought, oh, I have to put my goggles on and play back the video to see where I landed it. But I didn't have to because it automatically started beeping. So when I walked over to look for it, I just followed the beeping sound. I didn't even turn on the beep on my controller. So like I say, it is designed for beginners not to lose it. So that's pretty decent. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put links below to where you can find it. It's, oh, the wind is picking up. Oh, that's cold on the neck. Where you can find it, it's on BANGGOOD. It's a collaboration between Eachine and AtomRC. So it's on BANGGOOD and you'll see the price there. I think that's the only place you can buy it. If I find other places, I'll put links as well. So check it out. Hopefully there's a discount code below so you can save some dollars. If you're a beginner, it's not designed for pros or anything like that. It's very much for beginners. Just somebody, you take it out of the box, turn on the goggles, turn on the radio, charge up the battery, and just go fly and have a lot of fun. And batteries, 850 batteries, you can buy them on Amazon. Like they're cheap. Just make sure you get an XT30 connector on the battery. You're all set. A 4S LiPo. It's not that expensive. All right, guys, hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up, and I'll catch you in future video reviews with many more products like drones and other things. Take care. Catch you in the next one. Bye.